Greg Murphy for CSUVikings.com, being joined by head women's basketball coach Kate Peterson Abiad following the Vikings' 72-50 victory over Ohio Valley tonight in the Wolstein Center. Coach, maybe not the prettiest win in terms of what you were looking for, but just give us your basic thoughts on tonight's game.
Well, I was really very disappointed in the first half. I thought that we did not play together as a team. I thought that we didn't have any I felt that we didn't have five versus the ball on defense. I thought we tried to do a little, I'm guarding you, so I'm going to try to stop you. And then on the offensive end, I didn't see any semblance of things that we had worked very hard on this week, including our transition and our motion offense. I was very disappointed with that. I felt like I didn't have a handle on them during that time. I felt like when we came for timeouts, there were just a long list of things that we needed to correct. Challenged them at halftime to, play together as a unit, to start performing as a team. And I thought that they did a better job in the second half. I thought, we have players like Destiny Blue who need some structure in order to be successful offensively. When we play the kind of offense that we want to play, she gets post-ups on the inside. She gets to the free throw line. She gets baskets, off of her post-ups. So Destiny can't create that stuff for herself. She has to get that off of our teamwork. And I thought we did a better job of that, in the second half. And I think it's essential for us to be successful this season.
You mentioned Destiny Blue. She finished with 19 and 10, a double-double. Shea had a double-double, 18 and 14. Janelle Adams, 18 and 7, another nice job running the point. One player that I thought kind of stood out when she came in the second half was Denisha Cole. I thought she kind of gave you a little energy, especially on the defensive end. Talk about her performance today and what you hope she can bring to this team.
Well, I was very pleased with Denisha. I thought, Denisha came to me specifically this week and just said, what is it that I need to do for this team? What can I bring to the team? And I think we laid out some very specific information on how she could help us. And for starters, it was bringing us energy on the defensive end because she is very quick and she's very aggressive. And if she can sustain the kind of ball pressure that she put on the ball from the moment she got in the game, I think that will really help us feed off of that defensively. And then I thought she did some nice things offensively. She took a handoff, went to the basket. She got a transition steal and came down the floor and dished it to Shea, who dished it to Haley, who finished it. So I felt like she gave us some very good quality minutes, and that's really what we're looking for. One of the biggest factors we're missing right now is quality minutes off the bench.
I know after the Slippery game you were kind of disappointed with the free throws, but today the girls responded. They hit 22 out of 27 from the line. How much did you have them shooting free throws over the last week?
A lot, and I can say that I'll take responsibility for our free throw shooting in the first game because I did not have them shooting a lot of free throws at that time. We were working on everything else, and so we put some emphasis on the free throws, and they were able to hit shots. So, it's obvious that this team will respond to the things that we work on, but we have to work on them several times. And this is the kind of conversation we had in the locker room after the game. My comments to them was that if they're out there and they're just running things and it's not what I want, it's hard for me to go back and review film and say, this is what we need to do to get better. Because it just, none of it looks right. If we're running what we want to run and we're having trouble with some specific aspects of it, why are we turning the ball over? Is it because we're not hitting the cutters well? Is it because we're driving too deep into traffic? What is it? I can assess that and we can work on it. In order for us to be successful this year, we have to get better. And in order for us to get better, I have to be able to see what it is we need to get better at. And until we're running what I want them to run, I really, it's hard for me to help them improve. I thought in the second half they did. And this is what I'll be able to watch and say, here's what we can do better, here's what we did well.
And finally, Coach, the season opens for real Saturday, 2 o'clock at Cornell. What do you know about them, and what are you going to be looking for from your team at Cornell?
Well, we're going to have to play a lot better against Cornell than we played here. One of the things that struck me right away as I watched Cornell is how quick they play. They push the ball hard, and they play very fast and aggressive. Now, last year they shot a lot of threes. They had three very good perimeter players at their point, 2 and 3, and they graduated all 3 of those kids. So I'm not really sure how they're going to fill those gaps. There are some obvious fills from the underclassmen that will step in. Then they recruited a lot of new players, and so we're not sure who they're going to use in those places. Their three-point shooting, which was very strong last year, is a question mark this year. Are the freshmen going to be able to do that? They've got some junior college players. Are the kids that came off the bench going to be able to fill those gaps? So what I've seen is a very quick, aggressive three-point shooting team, and they have a good post player as well. So I'm not sure that that's exactly the look they're going to have when we see them, but that's what we're preparing for. We're preparing for a very aggressive style of basketball, and we're going to have to be able to take care of the basketball very well.
And, of course, after Cornell, Monday night at Buffalo, so two tough ones to open up the season on the road. But I'm sure the girls are up for it.
I hope so. This is an important road trip for us, and don't ask me about Buffalo because I don't know anything about Buffalo yet. So one game at a time.
Very good. That's head coach Kate Peterson Abiad after tonight's 72-50 victory over Ohio Valley.